Pokémon Legends CA is not really a bad game. It's not really as bad as people are making it out to be. The game is decent, it has some good aspects to it. Sadly, it is true that it's held down by lazy game design. And the reason why this lazy game design is even a thing is because the game is being rushed out because probably Nintendo is pushing Gamefreak to do these yearly game releases that are only hurting the franchise. The thing that helps this game is the fact that the Pokemon formula has been polished throughout these years. The formula of the gameplay was already established years ago. This game only makes some changes, makes some additions to the original formula of the game, and that is why this game overall feels like a decent Pokemon game. Contrary to Digimon Story Time Stranger that is very linear, there is barely anything to do outside of the main story. In this game you have more activities to do. It feels more or less like the gameplay is in a better position than in Digimon Story Time Stranger. This time around I am going to start with the bad things about the game, and I am going to start to say and to point out that this game is woke. This game has a heavy women influence over it. The game looks soft. The character designs look very effeminate. There are women everywhere, especially in positions of power. You are part of a team which consists of 2 males and 2 females. One of those is a black guy, quote-unquote guy, because it looks like a female. If you play a male, your rival is going to be a female. Your leader is going to be a female. She's going to be bossing you around. There are no male or female gender, sex at character creation. It's implied that you are selecting body type. Anyone can wear any type of clothes. There are no gender-locked, sex-locked clothes, so prepare to see your male character on a skirt while you are browsing for the different clothes that different stores sell. There are barely male characters that look like actually male. There are typical strong women characters that look disgusting. There is this glorification and normalization of simp behavior in the game. There is a storyline where your companion Naveen and a bunch of other simps go around simping for this female streamer. It's cringe. It's dangerous for society to keep normalizing and pushing simp behavior. Most of the common women look really unattractive. Most males look like soy boys, like cocks. They look pathetic. Emma was pushed by grifters and shields like an actual attractive woman, when in reality she is very unattractive. She is basically a twig. Ivor is a character that represents masculinity in a caricature way. It's a character that is made or is created to mock masculinity, and in his personal story you will see that Emma and his own sister will be constantly dissing him about the way he acts, because he wants to be strong, because he wants to behave like a male. The game uses the same animations for male and female, and I noticed this because the way your male character runs with certain outfits looks ridiculous, looks like a female moving his ass left and right. No man runs like that. Fairy type keeps being the best type of the game. Clearly there is a women push to make this type the best type of Pokemon. It's a gay type, it's effeminate, it's garbage. It's fairy type represents all what is wrong in Pokemon. It's gay shit. We don't want this gay shit in male games. Video games are a male space. We don't want this shit in our games. That is for the woke aspects of the game. The game has also the typical Pokemon problems, like everything is about one-shots. The game essentially is a rock, paper, scissors game with extra steps. Pokemon designs are trash. Many of them look ridiculous, like Seaguard looks like fucking Temu Digimon. It looks pathetic, looks trash. Pokemon designs have been garbage and have been on a heavy decline for years now. Like I said, it looks clear to me that there is a heavy women influence in these games. You can only see IVs after finishing the game. Why? 2025, why do we need that shit? Pokemon evolutions blocked by trading in 2025 again. We don't need that anymore. combat overall feels less strategic, you can do an infinite amount of attacks, because basically the game is about spamming abilities of cooldown. Pokémon zones are unlocked or blocked by the story, it's annoying. Alpha Pokémon become a detriment to the game. I will explain why. Grinding for alphas can become a really obnoxious chore. I respect when a game rewards your efforts. I respect when a game demands certain amount of dedication from the player. What I cannot respect is a game that tries to monopolize my entire fucking life. In this case, I was trying to find an alpha Gible in Zone 8. I spent like 3 days straight farming for this motherfucker, and only one time an alpha Gible appeared, and you know how the game rewarded me for that? The game time switched from night to day, and it despawned my alpha Gible before I could capture him. I am not joking, but I got alpha shinies, alpha fucking shinies from other types of Pokemon in that area before getting another Gible, another alpha Gible. So what I did was to use the Pokéhex, because fuck this piece of shit design. I am not going to support a game that disrespects my time. That's too much. Digimon Story Time Stranger did the opposite thing. Everything is easy, nothing is earned. Well, in this game I appreciate the effort for trying to reward the player for their efforts, but I hate when you go the opposite side and you make everything super difficult and you have to invest hours upon hours upon hours, days upon days, and you get no results from that farm. Fuck that. Some megastones are paywalled to online content. Pokemon passive abilities don't work in this game, this is bad. Some trainers input read your attacks and will use protect at the right moment you are about to one-shot them. The story is garbage, and this game features one of the worst final bosses in gaming. Absolute garbage, absolute trash. Legendaries, unlike old Pokemon games like Silver, Blue, Red, etc., you don't have to find them, you don't need to put any effort into it, because now they are given to you by a fucking side quest that conveniently points out every step of the way where you need to go to get these fucking legendaries, how they can be called legendaries if you don't even have to put any effort into getting them. It's a travesty. Mega evolutions are overpowered and become meta. Now, I am going to talk really quickly about why this game is lazy. This game was clearly rushed out the door because there is a pitiful amount of Pokemon, 232. There is only one city and you don't get a cyberpunk type of city, no, you get a shitty city. It looks really bad. The graphics look like bad PS2 games, because I know a ton of good games on the PS2 that look better than this game. Because it's not only that the graphics are bad, it's the whole entire design of the graphics, the entire art direction is garbage. There are no biomes, almost every wild zone looks the same. The whole idea of wild zones, it's lazy. You don't explore anything. The fact that the Pokemon are inside the city is lazy in itself. There are some rocks here and there, some slug that you need to remove with your Pokemon. I mean, it's really lazy. Where are my surf abilities, my waterfall climb abilities? Where are all of those? Where is my Metroidvania type map? Nowhere to be found. There is no traversing on Pokemon. You can ride them, you can mount them, you can fly on them. Your phone helps you with gliding instead of your Pokemon. Disgraceful. Now I am going to talk about the good parts of this game. On this game you can customize your character either at character creation or throughout the game with the different clothing stores. You can even change your haircut, etc. Character customization in this type of game is always appreciated. The combat is very fun. It's copied from Digimon World games. It's a bit inferior from the one in Digimon World games, but it does its job. The game has a very fun structure in my opinion. You capture, explore and do side quests during the day, and the night it's for battling. And you battle because you need to get these tickets to get promotional matches to face ranked opponents, to increase your rank basically. This game loop in my opinion is really fun, and it reminds me of a very good game on the PS2 that is named Slay, Steel Lancer Arena International. It's a mech game. I do recommend you to check out that game. It's a very good game if you liked this type of game where you have to battle rankers to increase your rank, etc. If you find this game loop attractive, I recommend you to check out that PS2 game. I really enjoy this type of game loop. I just wish it wasn't that rushed out. The side content is meaningful in the way that you do get different rewards from doing the side content, from Pokemon abilities, from items that you can equip to your Pokemon to make them stronger. Exploring is meaningful because there are tons of things to find, even though the city looks the same, looks boring, but at the very least you do find stuff that is fun, like Pokemon abilities, etc. Pokemon no longer delete their moves when you make them forget them. This is also copied from Digimon. Pokemon follow you around. Pokemon are useful to unblock certain paths. This is welcome, but it is lazy, because while I appreciate the fact that some paths are blocked and I can use my Pokemon to unblock those paths, I want my surf, I want my flying, I want my waterfall climbing abilities, I want my cutting abilities, I want all of that back, because I want my Metroidvania map that is blocked and I can unlock this map as I progress throughout the game. I want that reward back. The boss battles against the Mega Pokemon are decently fun. There is no voice acting, and for me that is a good point, because a lot of times the voice actors ruin characters for me. You may be looking at a decently looking character and then you hear them out and they sound like shit. So I appreciate when games no longer use voice actors, especially women, because they honestly make women characters sound obnoxious. I don't have an issue with unvoiced games. At least I see it as a positive. It's not a hard game, but it's also not a cakewalk, unlike Digimon Story Time Stranger. Mega evolutions are cool, but some Pokemon look ridiculous because it's tied to what I said previously. Pokemon design have been on a heavy decline for years now. There is this mechanic that allows you to use Mega type moves, that allows you to power up your moves to a Mega type level, which is called C+ moves. More or less balance the game, because not all Pokemon can go to Mega level. So if you have a Pokemon that can reach Mega level, you can still use your moves as a Mega level Pokemon. More or less a good compromise. There is a decent amount of post-game content, unlike Digimon Story Time Stranger that doesn't even have a post-game. The Infinite CA tournament is very appreciated. If you liked to fight these trainers at night and then fight a trainer to increase your rank, you can do this indefinitely when you finish the game. And it's very appreciated because during the story they rush you from, I think, W rank to F rank or something. Well, it doesn't really matter because in the post game you can keep going indefinitely. There is also the online, which has its own ranked, its own CA tournament or whatever the fuck. Unlike evil competitive games, there is no matchmaking manipulation. Losing doesn't remove ranking points. They don't want you to suffer while playing online. They want you to have fun. You can also trade and fight other players. There is a decent chunk of content for the online game, so I believe this game is going to be active for a bit. Overall, I believe this game could have been much better if this wasn't rushed out. The potential is there, but like I said, the laziness, the rushing really holds this game down. At the end of the day, I believe this game achieves being fun, achieves being a video game, which is good. Pokemon has the advantage over Digimon in the fact that they have worked on their formula for years. They aren't changing it constantly, so the core aspect of Pokemon is in this game, so you are going to have fun regardless of the rushed or the lazy aspects of the game. The game doesn't feel linear, it feels more like a game than just a story with extra steps. The gameplay is an important part of this game. Non-gamers, NPCs, women, brain-dead retards basically, got too used to infect gaming with interactive movies, glorified visual novels, and now think that you can judge a game only for its fucking story. No fucking way. Video games are for gameplay. Video games are for the challenge. Video games are about solving a problem. Video games are a male space because this is what we enjoy. If I wanted to enjoy a story, I will just watch a movie, some series, an anime, read a fucking book, whatever the fuck. I certainly appreciate when a good game has also a good story, but for me that isn't as important. Digimon Story Time Stranger had a decently good story, but the gameplay was very mediocre, and this game is the other way around. The story in Pokemon is garbage, but the gameplay is decently fun. So, surprise surprise, I am a fucking gamer. I am going to appreciate this game a bit more than Digimon Story Time Stranger, even though I prefer Digimon over Pokemon. But I am not a blindfolded fanatic. I am not part of any cult. I don't owe Digimon anything. I do prefer it to Pokemon, but I don't owe anyone or Digimon or Bandai any fucking loyalty. I don't. So in this case, I think this game is a bit better than Digimon Story Time Stranger just because of the gameplay. So for me this game is a 7.5 out of 10. Just a bit better than Digimon because this game also has a lot of issues, but the gameplay is decently fun. Pokemon yearly releases are a cancer to the franchise. You need to stop doing that shit. Nintendo is being greedy with Pokemon. They are destroying it for money, and you shouldn't reward it for it, because it's going to end with your franchise destroyed. This is why I criticize Digimon Story Time Stranger a lot in my review, because I don't want them to end like Pokemon.